Some of you wanted to know more about where I'm staying and the town and the villages that I've visited in the surrounding countryside. So I'm staying in Angoulême, but this is not somewhere I'd look at for living, but it does make a great base for exploring the villages and the countryside around Charente and northern Dordogne. So it's in the department of Charente in the Nouvelle-Aquitaine region of southwest France. I'm about an hour and a half north of Bordeaux. I'm going to give you its description from the internet. So it's built on a rocky plateau overlooking the Charente River. It's known for its Romanesque cathedral, Saint Pierre. It's characterised by old ramparts and winding streets. It's walkable, quiet and traditional. Something for sale there. And that's what hang on, let's put that back out. That's what the streets look like. It's that side and that side. This is a lovely part of the town. So I spend most of my time around the edges of the town walking the dog. I don't go into town. I only went in for a brief visit to see the cathedral because I thought I must see that before while I'm here, and a brief walk by the river, and when I have to drive through it when I'm going somewhere. So that's all I can tell you or show you about the town itself. So we've got this lovely golf course here, standing over the city, and this interesting monument, which we're going to go and have a look at. That's the golf course right there. It's a lovely golf course. I wouldn't know if it's any good for golf, but it's definitely a lovely setting. As I mentioned before, there is lovely trails all around the edge of the city. There's woodlands, there's country parks, there's the golf course which you just saw, there's trails all marked, but plenty of opportunity to enjoy open space, woodland, countryside, nature. Really handy for walking the dog. This is yet another lovely spot. The trails and the cycle paths and the green space around the city are just absolutely fantastic. There's no shortage of green open space, trails, countryside, because a lot of the time in Portugal there's countryside but you can't access it and walk through it and ride a bike through it. So this is an absolute treat. Where is everybody? It's Sunday and it's a beautiful sunny day. Look at this adventure place. One of those high ropes tree adventure places. Oh, amazing. They got laser, they got volleyball courts, they got football courts. But it's Sunday. Where are all the people? A few other bits about the town. It's famous for its comics. It's internationally known for one of the world's biggest comic festivals, giving the town a slightly artistic and creative vibe. A little bit about some of the demographics. There's a noticeable North African population, much from labour migration in the 1960s to the 1980s, as well as current family reunification. There was a wave of Portuguese migration in the 1970s and 80s, and the surrounding villages and countryside is popular with British property buyers. You asked to join me and have a look at some of the villages around that I visited. So I went to, now I'm going to say Verteuil, but I don't think that's how it's pronounced. But I don't know how it's pronounced properly because I've heard it said in so many different ways, but I'll just say it how it kind of is spelt in English. But anyway, that's where I went. And I thought it was a very quiet little village, But as I drove up, there was a huge chateau, and then when I was walking around the village, there was lots of information boards and maps, so it looked like it was somewhere that was visited a lot in the summer. So I looked it up, and the chateau is one of the most photographed in Charente, and apparently people come even when it is closed just to see the outside, photograph the outside, because it is so pretty. And it is popular with tourists in the summer, but not in that turning up in coach loads kind of touristy place with, there's no, you know, gift shops and that sort of thing. So it's popular, but not overly touristy. I noticed it had one of these little heritage plaques, which means it's a town or village of character. And this is a national heritage label for France, and it means the village either has medieval or religious heritage, and it's, you know, the stone buildings are reserved, and historic centres and that sort of thing. So obviously a very characterful medieval village. Wow, France really does have chateaux everywhere. Well, this village has a school. Oh, the place used to have a railway station, dismantled in 1954. This looks like a spot with a view. Let's hope we can see the entirety of the chateau. Oh, there's that lovely church that was, the church bells were going earlier. Oh, so this is the village of a famous author, Henri de Balzac. And, oh, sorry, can't see very well. There is the chateau in all its finery. Very typical historic old French village on a very nice day after a lot of rain, which is lovely. Right, I think we'll walk back to the car now, down along the river. There is a lot of these information boards all around the village, a lot. So I wonder if it's really heavily visited during the summer. Saint Medard, if that's how you say it, the patron saint of farmers, wine growers and prisoners, gave his name to both the church and the district. The temple was built in the 16th century. Terry is absolutely loving this walk around the village. He likes the park bit, he likes the little narrow village streets with all the smells of dogs. He loves it all. One thing I want to know, which I haven't yet found out, is does France have lots of lovely fonts like Portugal? because that is my favourite thing about Portugal. So that place on the corner is for sale. It's on the edge of the village, the road out to the village there. Wow. Oh, that stinks in there. Wow, even with all the windows open, the smell coming from that place. Oh, oh, it's so pretty. Market is now closed and that little bar is open and it's got some tables outside. I didn't want to film the people, but it was all English speaking. Another little village house for sale. Not my cup of tea at all. I then went on to Nanteuil, again no idea how you pronounce it, but before I got there I stopped at this little village called Marthon because it just intrigued me, because as I was driving through there was the cinema, this galleon club, so I thought, well, maybe it's a lot bigger than it seemed, but it isn't. It's a very small village. It also had quite a big school, a primary school by the looks of things, but a good size. But apparently it's one of those villages that kinds of like serve all surrounding villages. It also had this medieval ruin up on the hill, so that was an interesting little stop. But that's what it's like going round. You might be heading to one place, but there are just so many of these little hamlets, little villages, all with their different charm, you know, different surroundings around the countryside, some more nature, and it's just so varied. And yeah, I couldn't possibly go into all the villages and everything, but this is just a little taster. Val the One Fitness, hairdressers, I think, Notaire, and right opposite, something for sale. In the shadows of the ruin. Walk trains. They have like this little council office in every little town and village I've noticed. So that's where I am, Angoulême, and we are here heading this way. But I thought I'd stop. There's so much to see and find out. Definitely a place for cyclists and hikers. It's a Friday, in the middle of the afternoon, and I've already seen a big group of cyclists. Should actually look that place up, that'll be fun. It's that house again. Be interesting to have a look that up when we get home. Not that it's the type of thing I'd be interested in, but everybody's got their thing. Wait, Terry. Good boy. That's just past 3 properties being renovated. Oh, we're back here. We could have gone up that way. Right. We came through that car park there where the park is just behind. Let's go this way this time. Oh, that's for sale as well. So that's what we did. We just did a little round the back, and the ruin is just up there. Oh wow. That. Oh, that actually goes. Should we walk through? That goes through to the car park. All around this way. Cafe. And another car park. There's a lot of car parks. And there we are. There's a school right over there, opposite the car park, and back in the park. That's the tennis court and the basketball courts over there. Let's let Terry off. Go on then. The fuel station right there by the village. Right, we are now in Nanteuil, in the main centre, in the car park. Free parking. Big school. This is a big town. Wow, that is old. Sometimes the window has to be shut, Terry. Can't be open all the time. And then when I did get onto my next village, again had the heritage plaque for a village of character. Again, this one I think was known for its church, which was being renovated. But as I say, just another village full of charm. This one wasn't as busy, but still it does have visitors. And that's what it's like. Look at this cute little information hut. More hikes and walks and bike routes. Wow, this village has got a school as well. Quite a big one. Yeah, you need to come here, sweetie. You're a good boy. Put you on the lead. Good boy. Something for sale. Quite nice the way it's set back on the road. Parking. Going up to some sort of viewpoint. Oh, the church looks like it's getting a new roof. Oh, I think that's it. That's your bench. And that's your viewpoint. And that's the little village. Wow, that's a lot of water. River's going under there. Wow, the river clearly goes right under the houses and under the street. I reckon this restaurant must be busy. There's a lot of cars parked here. They've got these pictures all around the village. Oh, what a lovely little plot. Gardens. Very pretty. Oh wow, that's a surprise. That's very pretty. Wow. Interesting, they got this information about the park in English and French. Wow, look at that tree. Gosh, I bet it's years old. Fenced off. Well, let's walk through the park. I'm walking along the canal now. There's the church up there. It's such a pretty, very quiet little village. There we are, back at the parking place. Something else for sale there. There's quite a lot of little village houses for sale. And again, I was on my way home and it was dusk. It was about 7:30. Yeah, it was 7:30, and this little hamlet, which just, you know, some places they just catch your eye, and you just think, oh. And so I stopped, and there was this. It was just so sweet. There was a good. I mean, it was really small, but there was a good size butcher's and delicatessen type store, and then a bakery. So, but it was just, it looked like it had some funding as well, because it just looked very neat and had a nice car park. But I'm guessing that must get really busy in the summer as well. But it was just charming. But it is just constantly like that as you drive around.